According to documentation from a recent PlayStation investor call, as reported on by many media outlets, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is going to launch on PC at some point in the future. I can understand why PlayStation would want to launch the now 5-year-old game on PC in order to reach a wider audience and increase interest in any future games from the Uncharted franchise. I think launching Uncharted 4 on PC is a fantastic opportunity for Naughty Dog to see how scalable their in-house game engine is on different tiers of PC hardware. This could also lead to better optimization for Naughty Dog titles going forward. I would also very much like to see just how beautiful this game can look on high-end PC hardware running at 4K and 60 FPS. But this leads me on to why I'm annoyed with PlayStation. PlayStation have launched 2 PlayStation Studios games on PC so far, Days Gone and Horizon Zero Dawn, with Uncharted 4 at some point in the future based on this investor call documentation. I am fine with these older PlayStation titles launching on PC, but it really annoys me that only one of these 3 titles, Days Gone, has been enhanced for PS5, and there has been no indication if the other 2 games are going to be updated at all. I'm frustrated because there is a clear demand for these games to receive enhancement for the PS5, and from a consumer point of view, these game patches are just an increase in frame rate with no changes to the graphics, no remaster work is being carried out on them, and yet the amount of effort to get these games to run on PC will be significantly greater, and still the PC ports appear to be happening first. I think I would be less frustrated if PlayStation had given some indication of whether a patch is even being worked on for Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn and other PlayStation Studios games that are yet to receive any PS5 enhancement before it puts efforts into launching these games on PC. PlayStation gamers are the reason PlayStation's fortunes are where they are today. Give back to those fans first and then expand your audience. At the moment, my impression is that PlayStation want to get the games to work on PC in order to gain more sales and revenue rather than improve the experience for PlayStation console gamers who made PlayStation what it is today. Yes, I understand the business reasons behind PlayStation's strategy, but I still feel rather sour about it. There are more big PS4 games yet to have PS5 enhancement, such as Bloodborne, Uncharted Lost Legacy, and Gran Turismo Sport. There are many others that could also have PS5 enhancement, and many of these games would greatly benefit from 60 FPS patch or other enhancements that could be done. My view is that these titles and the ones that have launched on PC should have been enhanced for PS5 by now, since it's 6 months since the PS5 launched. Efforts could then be put into porting many old or older PS4 games to PC in order to expand their reach and their audience. I find myself looking at PlayStation slowly drip feeding these patches to PlayStation 4's biggest games with little to no communication prior to the availability of the patches. I just find that PlayStation's backwards compatibility efforts could be handled and communicated in a much better fashion. In contrast to PlayStation, I have to applaud Xbox for pushing lots of games beyond their Xbox One performance. Some games with Xbox Games Boost are transformed from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, and many games are also able to run at 120 FPS. The list of Xbox Games Boost games isn't limited to Xbox first party and also includes many third-party titles. There are issues with Xbox Games Boost, such as the removal of Xbox One X enhancements in order to achieve higher frame rates in backwards compatibility mode. I still think that Xbox are trying more than PlayStation when it comes to enhancing the experience on older games, both in terms of volume of enhanced games and the level of enhancement to these titles, and this is definitely something to applaud. So to summarise my frustrations, PlayStation seems to be prioritising launching games on PC before patching flagship titles on the PS5, despite the clear demand for performance patches to enable 60 FPS on these flagship games.
Where is it?
PlayStation are not communicating if patches are in the works for exclusive IP, so gamers just have to wait and hope that patches arrive at some point in the future. Since the PS5 has been available for over 6 months, I think it's not too much to expect all of the PlayStation exclusive titles that appeared on the PS4 to have been updated in some fashion for the PS5, as it would bring a new lease of life to some older titles that have been out for a while, plus also improving the legacy of the brand. Xbox is doing a much better job of enhancing older games both in terms of volume and in terms of the enhancements that they are producing. This just portrays PlayStation as making a very low effort towards backwards compatibility and caring for the legacy of the PlayStation brand when compared to Xbox. Do you agree with my frustrations with PlayStation or not? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.